Welcome everyone here to the Smash Sports Show right here on Smash FM here on Lockdown Wednesday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's go up to our friends up in Queensland. And of course, we're heading to the defending champions again in the NBL1 North. Of course, defending that title from last year. Of course, that is the Logan Thunder. And of course, we've got one of their star players join us right now to tell us a bit about the Logan Thunder's success, winning in 2 games in that championship series against the Spartans. Her name's Mikaela. She joins us right now. Thanks, Mikaela, for joining us.
Hi, thanks for having me.
No worries. Well, defending the title that you won last year, how was it like throughout this year with a reasonably the same team as last year?
Yeah, I think that's one thing that we did well this year was keeping our core group together. So we obviously built a bit of chemistry last year, and then to be able to carry that on through to this year, I think it really showed, and I think that's what put us over the top in the end. So it was good.
Was there any new players in the team from last season into this year?
We added Indy Bauer. I think that's it. She's just a young player, and then everyone else was the same. So she came on and gave us some good minutes off the bench and really grew throughout the season. So she was a big part of our success, I think.
The difference from last year to this year is that obviously last year was mainly in the southeast that you played most of last year due to obviously COVID and the lockdowns and everything else. But this year it was back to the normal full Queensland competition where you obviously had to go up to Cairns, Townsville, Mackay, Rocky, all those places to play your games. Was it harder this year compared to last year?
I think it was a bit harder this year just because the teams were stronger. I think last year in the competition, most of the teams didn't pay anybody. So there wasn't they didn't bring in, paid players. So I think a lot of the teams this year were a bit stronger because they had those, WNBL caliber players playing. So it was, just a stronger competition this year.
Tell us a bit about the final series up to the grand final.
Well, in the first round, we played Brisbane, and we had played them earlier, obviously, in the season and beaten them. So they had lost a few of their players to college and other things like that, injuries. So that was a pretty easy match. And then next was a tricky match coming against Townsville in the semifinal. But luckily, we were able to play it at home, which was awesome because we had our home crowd there and we're able to beat them, even though they gave us a pretty good fight. And then in the grand final, we played Spartans, obviously, at their home stadium because they had beaten us earlier in the regular season. So they had that advantage on us. But luckily for us, I guess unfortunate for our men's team, they lost. So they didn't end up having games, but then we're able to all come and support us in the grand final at Spartans. As well as all of our fans were able to come to our game and not have to choose between us and the men's game. And so it really gave us a home court advantage, even though we were at Spartan Stadium. And I really think it helped push us over the line because, with every call from the refs, every basket we made, everything like that, there was just heaps of noise from our fans for us. And it just really gave us that extra energy when we needed it the most.
They had the home court advantage. I'm pretty sure they had game 1 and 2, I'm pretty sure. At their venue, obviously you sweep them at the end, so obviously didn't end up going to a deciding game. I guess what was the plan going into that game was to at least firstly get the first game and then obviously take your chances from there?
Obviously, the plan is always to win it in 2 and as few games as possible. It was tough. It's tough going into a series playing 3 games in 3 days. And so obviously I don't think either team wanted to go to that third game, but I think it was really important for us to get that first game. And I think that really gave us took the pressure off in the second game because they're the ones who had to win to force a game 3. And we were really just let's try and win this so that we don't have to play game 3. So I think that we were able to play a bit more relaxed in that second game, which in the end I think helped us because we knew that the pressure was on them to win and not on us. So, yeah.
It had to go to normally in a normal season, I think it would have been one and done because obviously you would have to come down to Melbourne to battle against all the other conferences, but obviously that hasn't happened due to our lockdown.
Yeah.
I guess well, the team a little bit sad that you couldn't verse against like the other conferences. Like obviously not necessarily the South because obviously we were all in lockdown, but like the South Australian team in the Central, which was Southern Tigers, and the West, which was Wanneroo.
Yeah, I think everyone was obviously a bit disappointed. I think we were excited to see, how our team would stack up against the other competitions. I think I was able to watch a few of the Central and West games, and even the South games before the season was canceled. And I liked our chances against any of the teams in the competition. So I was a bit disappointed because I think that we could have had a great chance to take out the national title. So, but it is what it is, and we did as best as we could by winning the North. So I guess we'll never know if we would have beat the other teams this season.
I'm pretty sure you would have cruisely made the championship game anyway. So I think our years would have been fine. Going into next season, I guess number one, are you playing with the Thunder next season in 2022 and hopefully get the team to a national title?
Yeah, I've re-signed with the team, so I love Logan. I love the club a lot. I love the culture of the club. I love the community in Logan. The fans and everything is great. So I really enjoy playing here. So obviously I wanted to come back, and hopefully, we saw this year how having our same team and building that chemistry really helped us. So hopefully we can get the same core group back together and try and defend the title, and then hopefully be able to play in the national final as well, because that would be awesome, I think.
When I last had you on the show, obviously, it was in a short season, but I didn't get a chance to ask you this question when we last had you in the show, which I'll ask you now. Tell us a bit about your teammates, and maybe give a brief summary on each of your teammates on the team.
Oh, geez. Okay. There's a lot. So, because even the girls that that don't get on the court, they're still a big part of our team's success. They come to training every day. So, I guess we'll start from the younger girls. We have two young training girls that we had this season was Hannah Dalton and Kenny Otten, and they were both, I think they're in our under 18s team, but they're young girls and they came to training every week and just gave it their 100%, which was awesome because to have dedication from those players that don't even get on the court is really, really amazing. And then next we had three of our post players, Lisa and Mary, and then Lila, the twin. Lisa and Mary, the twins, and then Lila's the other young post player. And again, they made me better in training. They didn't get on the court much, but they brought their best game to training every week in and week out, and battled with me in training. And to do that is I don't know, commendable, because I don't know if I could do that every week, to just go and play against one of the better players in the competition, just get beat up on and then never get in the game. So that's pretty awesome for them. Next we had Lisi. I don't even know what Lisi's last name is. But she was a young guard and she got injured early on in the season. She broke her hand or her wrist or something, but still came to training with her broken hand in her cast, and got around us. And when she was able to come back, she came to training and trained hard. And again, commendable, because it's tough to come every week and bring effort when you know that you're not going to play. So that was awesome. And then next, more with our rotation players, we had Danny Bays, who's a phenomenal shooter. She's going to college. She just signed with Boise State, so right. I'm excited to follow her college journey. Then we had Indy Bauer, who I said was new this season, and I think she got thrown into the deep end a bit, coming from, clubs down in Gold Coast, and she also is a junior from Cairns. But she really adjusted and grew, I think, throughout the season, and learned how she fit into the team and how she could help us. So that was pretty awesome. And then we had Carla Jordan, who signed development player spot with the Townsville Fire, which is awesome for her, because she's worked hard these past 2 years and really shown that she can be a good player, and I hope that she goes to Townsville and develops her game and becomes more of a combo guard, because I think if she can become a combo guard, then she could play it with any WNBL club and really grow and have a successful career in basketball. Let's see. Next, we had Cassie Carroll, who one of my favorite players. She's an older veteran, and I think this will be her last season playing. And she really could play 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. She could play any position on the court. And I really loved playing with her because she just did whatever our team needed to win games, and she was very smart. So I really enjoyed playing with her because she just could do anything. Next we have Ash Taya, who is now over playing in Sweden, and I played with her last year at Canberra as well, Canberra Capitals. She's an amazing shooter and an amazing teammate too. She's, that person on the court that when she's not on the court, if she's sitting on the bench or having a break or anything like that, she's not resting. She's cheering us all on and waving her towel, and she's just a great time. And then she's also the biggest, cheerleader for our men's team after our game, she's just a great teammate. She's the epitome of a perfect teammate. Next we have Chevy Palvast, who is one of the funniest human beings I've ever met in my whole life. She just I don't know, she just has something funny to say about everything, and you could sit and just listen to her talk and laugh for hours. And on the court, she's a great player too. She'll do whatever our team needs to win the game. She has played her whole entire career as a guard, and she plays a post for us. And I think she's good at it, but she just does whatever we need to be successful. And then lastly, but most importantly, not least, is Michaela Cairns, our point guard. She is a phenomenal leader, a phenomenal player. And she is a mom of 2, which is crazy to me, because to have a family and, deal with children and then come and train and be the hardest worker on our team and the amazing, captain and leader that she is for us. She was the reason why that we won the grand final. She was the MVP of the finals MVP, and she just played an amazing series, and she's been like that all year, but it was really great to see her really shine in that final series. And I can't say enough about how great of a leader and captain she is for us. So yeah, that's everyone. I think. I hope I didn't miss anybody. That would be really embarrassing. Make them feel like I hate them.
We'll get to your captain, Michaela Cairns, in a moment. But you mentioned about Denny Bays a moment ago, who obviously signed, as you mentioned, to obviously going to Idaho to play at Boise State. So did you give her any advice to what to expect when she's going over to college?
No, I haven't given her advice. I think she thinks I bully her, so she doesn't think I like her. No, I'm just kidding. No, but she I think she'll do well. I haven't spoken to her, but I think she knows that. I think she's chosen a good school for her. I think she'll really fit in there. And I like to joke with her all the time. I had a former, when I was in college, our media guy was working at Boise State, but he's not there anymore, so I was bummed. So I told her I thought I knew someone there that could give her a hard time for me, but he's not there. But I think I'll look after her and, check in on her and make sure she does well.
Going back to your captain now, in Michaela Cairns. Obviously, she's the heart and soul of Logan area, and especially Logan basketball. I guess what makes her so special, and I guess why, especially, she's such a heart and soul of the whole team, and especially the Logan area.
I think she's just been here for a really long time, and she was a junior at the club as well as Ash Taya. And I think she's just seen what Logan has gone through to be out of the league and then to come back into the league, but not do well and not have success. And she's really, stuck with the club for a lot of years and seen them grow and really been a massive part of their growth, the team's growth, the club's growth. And I think that's what she's helped build the culture that Logan has now and that you see today. And I just think it's a testament to who she is as a person to just be so dedicated to the club and stick around, even though, it had some down years. And didn't, do maybe what she expected. And she probably could have gone to other teams and played, or I mean, got paid more, but she really wanted to help build the club up. And I think she's done an amazing job. And it attracted me and to the club, and also made me want to stay here because there are players like Mick who really love the club, and I like playing with her a lot. So yeah.
I have to ask about your amazing championship coach. He has a fantastic record with your team in the last couple of seasons. Tell us a bit about Braden, and especially your coaching staff, and obviously the most important person is your team manager as well.
Yeah. Well, I think it's the whole support staff we have. We have Braden as our head coach, and we have two amazing assistants in Caddy Jeffries and Jason Otten. And then obviously Deb's been the manager of Logan forever. Like, I don't even know how long she's been around, 20 plus years or something like that. And she's the best manager. She makes sure we have everything. During the final series, the grand final series, we ran out of blister pads, and I was like, Deb, where do you get those blister pads? I need to get some. And then I showed up for the game the next day, and there was two fresh packages of the blister pads. So she does everything, and then obviously our assistant coaches as well, Jason, who was new to us this year, and then Caddy, who's been here since I've been here. They do a lot as well. They aren't paid, they're volunteers, but they show up to every training. They help with the scouting, they help with the game planning, and Caddy ran our substitutions throughout the finals. And I think it really took some pressure off of Braden and let him really focus on just, coaching the game instead of having to worry about the rotations and everything like that. And I think that's really what helped us to get over the line. And then obviously Braden, he's been here as long as I've been here as well. He's the one who recruited me to come here, and I like Braden a lot. He's really good at filling you with confidence and helping you believe in yourself. And I think he'll do anything for us, and he just really loves the girls on the team. And he's just very passionate, and I think you can feel that passion, and we feel that passion. We all want the same thing. And so I just think, like, to have a coach that you want to, do well for, it helps. I mean, it helps our team be successful.
Now, you've played under some amazing coaches throughout your time, especially here in Australia. I guess, I know you don't want to rank one coach over the other, but is there, like, where do you rank Braden around, I guess, all the coaches that you've played under? And I guess, is there a particular coach that you love being coached under?
I mean, I've learned things from every coach that I've played for. Some I haven't got along with, but I've still picked up things that either I like in coaches or dislike about their style. And me, when I finish playing, I kind of want to coach, and there's things that I picked up from every coach that I've had, of things that I want to do with my teams, or things that I wouldn't do with my teams. So even the coaches that I haven't got along with, I think I've still valued what I've gotten from them and what I've learned being coached by them. As far as Braden goes, he's a coach that I really like, and I've enjoyed playing for. Like I said, he is really good at boosting confidence and giving you ways and helping you improve your game. And he works with me whenever I want. Like, if I say, hey, Braden, can we get some shots up? He's there. He's there at the gym, and he'll take me through a workout. So I really appreciate that about Braden. And I also like that he's like my friend as well, not just my coach. And so he wants the best for me as a person and a player. So I think that's awesome about him. Obviously there's things that he can learn and work on and grow at. But that's the same with me. There's things as a player that I can get better at and improve upon. But I still really appreciate him as a coach, and I do really like playing for him, which is why one of the reasons why I've re-signed with Logan. As far as greatest coach I've ever had, I mean, I don't know. I played for a really good coach in college, in Tara Vanderveer. She's like a Hall of Fame coach. She's pretty good. But I think my favorite coach that I've had is actually Shannon Seabohm, who's a coach in the NBL1 league and a WNBL coach as well. He was my first coach in Sydney, and I just like the way that he thinks about and reads the game, I think it's like phenomenal. And I think he's taken teams that don't necessarily have amazing talent or aren't the most talented teams, and he's helped them to perform and achieve more than, and I think that they would be expected to. And I think that's a sign of a really great coach. So he's been one of my faves.
Since you've been to Australia, come down to play down here,
Yes.
obviously you've had massive success in a lot, in pretty much every single competition that you've been involved in, WNBL, NBL1, all that sort of things. But I haven't actually asked you this question since you've been down here, which is this the best move that you've done in your basketball journey to come down to Australia after college?
Yeah, I think so, for sure. Like, hands down, I've gotten my residency here and I plan to stay here, long term. I love Australia, and I think I was just lucky and blessed to, have the opportunity to come here after college. I signed with my agent, and I think he brought me like the offer. It was like to play for Sydney or go to like Israel or some other country. And I was just like, oh gosh, like, as my first year out of college, to be able to come to an English speaking country where, the culture and everything is so similar to that in the US I think was very, lucky of me. And I just, fell in love with Australia right away. And I knew that I wanted to spend more time here. So I feel really, really blessed and lucky to, have had the opportunity and then chosen to come here. And, I guess the rest is history, because it's been awesome so far.
Had a lot of kids and fans out there that love watching you play. And I guess what's the best thing that the kids have said to you?
There's this little fan, this Canberra fan. He's the cutest. I don't know his name, but his mom follows me on Instagram, and he I think he picked me as his favorite player before I even started. Well, I played for Canberra a few years back, but the season that I played WNBL but couldn't play because I wasn't yet a resident, he picked me as his favorite player before I even got on the court, because I was number 3, which, I massively respect, because I love the number 3. I think I love everybody who's number 3 before I even watch them play. So I don't know. He watches all of my NBL1 games and streams all of my games, and his mom sends pictures and post pictures on Instagram of him watching my games in my jersey. And I think it's just awesome, because to be able to inspire young kids to play basketball or watch basketball, be fans of basketball, and not just basketball, but women's basketball, it makes me feel special. And just like I have like a bigger purpose, to inspire kids to follow their dreams and stuff. And it's a bit surreal actually, but I think he's the cutest of all the little fans.
I know obviously Canberra's in lockdown at the moment, and obviously that's where he's from. Yeah. I guess, have you sent messages back to hopefully wish them well, and hopefully they can come and maybe join you once they're out of lockdown?
Well, every time his mom posts, I always make sure to comment and repost and tell her how much I love it. But I'm hoping that, sometime throughout the season this year, that they'll open up the games to fans and he'll be able to come and watch. And I'd really like to give him like a signed jersey, because I think he's just super cute, and I love that he's a fan. So that would be awesome if they open up our games to fans.
Let's finish up with a couple lighthearted questions about your teammates. At Logan, this is. Firstly, who had the most embarrassing moments on the court this season, and what was it?
Oh gosh, that was hands down Carla Jordan. She's probably the most like awkward human on the face of the planet. She's gotten her ankles crossed a bunch of times and fallen, and and those are always fun to. She also takes really embarrassing photos. So we have a really amazing photographer, Steven, I forget his last name. I follow him on Instagram too. He's amazing. And he always captures these awful faces of her. And for her, she turned 21 this year, and she had a party down on the Gold Coast, and we went to the party, and Chevy printed out a photo, like a collage of like all the terrible game faces she's made, and like hung it on a board for everyone to see. And it was awesome.
Was her clumsiness any worse than last year, when I think she got absolute ankle break from one of your teammates?
Oh no, it's about the same. It hasn't improved at all. Maybe whole DP, this DP position at Townsville hopefully will help her, to get less clumsy.
Who's the comedian, the best singer, and the best dance on the team?
Well, comedians, obviously Chev. Like I said, she's the funniest person I think I've ever met in my whole life. The best singer would have to be, I think it's Lisa Barnett Karasoma, one of the twins. She would sing the national anthem for us before games for the fans and stuff, she's an amazing singer. And then best dancer, oh good. I don't know. I haven't really seen my team dance. One of the young kids, I'd guess.
I guess following on from that, anyone into their TikToks?
Yeah, all the young girls, they love the TikToks. Danny, Indy, they're always doing TikTok dances during during practice and stuff. It's they're funny.
And any pre-game superstition or ritual by yourself?
Oh, I don't know. Not really. I'm pretty boring. I just make sure I get my naps on game day, so I have good energy. But other than that, not really.
Does that differentiate depending on when the game starts? When the game time is?
Oh yeah, I mean, if it's like an afternoon game, then I don't usually have a nap. But usually the games are at like 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock at night. So I'll take like a nap at like noon or so. Wake up and then get ready for the game.
Did the team have a pump-up song before a game?
Oh, we had it wasn't before game, it was more after our victories. We love to play that Win song by J-Rock. I think it was our song last year too, but we just like love that every time we scream it at the top of our lungs in the locker room. It's our favorite.
And we'll finish up with this one last one, which is how was the post-game championship celebrations?
Oh man, I think so. The night of the game, the Saturday, it was at Spartan. So we, after we cut down the net and did all that, then we went back to our home stadium with our fans and our men's team, and just, I don't even know how late everyone was there till, but we had, they went and emptied out the bar so we could all have drinks. And I think I ended up leaving at like 11 because we were going to have our team get together on the Sunday. And then I think everyone was just so, exhausted from the two massive games in those 2 days that our celebrations were a bit more muted than you would expect. And but we had a gathering. Everyone got together around like 1 o'clock at one of the houses, and we just sat around and talked about the game and had drinks. It wasn't too crazy or anything like that, pretty muted. And everyone was home by 7 so that we could watch the block. But it was good. It was a good celebration.
Is that everyone's favorite show, is it? On the 10, the block?
No, it's not everyone's favorite show, but I wanted to watch it. And I was like, you guys, the block starts at 7, so you need to leave before then.
Oh, fantastic. Love it. Well, Mikaela, thank you so much for giving up your time to join us. It's always awesome to have you on the show. Every time we've had you on the show in the last couple of seasons. And obviously, hopefully next year that you can back up another championship up in the North Conference. And hopefully we get to see you hopefully for a national title down here in Melbourne, hopefully in 2022.
Yeah, I hope so. Thank you for having me.
No worries, and that's Michaela Ruef there, joins us from the Logan Thunder, of course, basketball team, and of course won the NBL1 North Conference in the conference's first ever season, but of course they won the last couple of seasons as well. So if you want to get involved with the Thunder family, we'll put all the details up on how you can get involved with the Logan basketball. There's more on the Smash Sports Show right after this. Don't go away here on the 10th year celebration.